Hello everybody, I hope you're having a good morning and for that matter a great day. As you can see, we're back here in Genshin Impact. Today I wanted to cover one of the new events that have come out. I say new events. This event has been out for like, a good solid couple days. It's the Lost Treasures event. Everyone has a good grasp of what this event is. I just want to do it. So, I'm gonna do it. I don't think this story quest to the event is gonna be too much different than most of the other story quests in these sorts of events, but who knows? Maybe there's some big change that they're gonna do because this is Sumeru opposed to, the other two places it's already been at, which I'm pretty sure it's only happened twice. I don't know. It might have happened 3 times by now. I wouldn't put it past them to just have this event rotate through every year. It's one of those things where it's like, the Sealy, it's pretty cool, nice to have some Sealies. They're one of the funner pets. They make a little bit of an annoying noise. In my opinion, I kind of get annoyed by their noise, but I know that there are plenty of people out there who just love the Sealies, which is completely fair. I also don't know how long this one is. Yeah, iron coins again. Maybe this event has only happened once before. That is also a possibility. I wouldn't know. I don't know if this is one that has come out after Inazuma, because I kind of took a break halfway through, the original first couple of patches. So it was like, I took a break and then now I'm like, am I really gonna know? Not really. Okay, treasure area 1. Where is that? Is there the secret treasure? No. There's no secret treasure. That's kind of sad. I like the secret treasure aspect because I found that kind of cool. Maybe there will be and it will just happen afterward. No, it's up here. It's right here. Okay, cool. I'm like, where is it? Yeah, it's at the cape right above this small little town. I knew about the town when I saw it because I'm like, oh, this is where I'm farming for Padiasaras for when, I'm currently looking for, looting for all of the stuff for Nilou, which comes out next patch, by the way. Super excited. Enjoying the heck out of that. Yeah, no, I don't know if I'm gonna roll on any of the rerun banners. Kokomi and Ganyu. I know that everyone sort of thinks Ganyu sort of, Ganyu sort of had her time in the sun. I feel like most people feel that way. I don't necessarily feel that way. I still feel like she's one of the stronger DPS, but I understand if people are like, Ganyu? Really? I know Ganyu mains are like super hyped to have more opportunities to get her constellations. Oh, I ran out of the circle. Of course I did. I thought the area, I thought the Sealy got brighter in the center the closer you got. Maybe you have to now collect these 3 parts, because I did see that you have to collect the 3 parts. It has 1 out of 3. In this case, 2 out of 3. So maybe it requires all 3 parts to then start looking for the iron coins, which is a fair, little thing to expect of people. Nice little thing that makes it a little bit different from the one that happened in Inazuma. But yeah, no. Nilou comes out next patch and I'm super excited for her. Okay, yeah, no, you have to collect the 3 and then you get to sense the treasure in the area. Or something like that. Do I have to collect 3 more? Oh, yeah, for each instance of treasure, you have to collect 3. Okay. A bit interesting. I like this gimmick. It seems a bit different than last time, which is kind of nice. But yeah, hello? Yeah, thank you. It just disappeared on me for a second there. I wonder how much treasure there is going to be in each spot. But yeah, here's the first bit of treasure. I assume it's just gonna be steel coins. Oh, it's a little fight too? This is way better. Very unique. I mean, I'm pretty sure fights happened last time, but like,
Here comes the catch.
I like having the fights. I think that's cool. And this one seems to be more fight-centric. At least that's my interpretation from it. But yeah, no, I'm really excited for Nilou. I know about her stat spread and that she's not as much of a main DPS as I was expecting her to be. Okay, I collect these orbs and that's how I progress it. Okay, that makes sense.
Destiny has brought me hither.
Cool. Oh, so they're really good for, the treasures are really good for getting, okay, there's 3 treasures per area. You collect 3 of those things to activate the ability to find the treasures. Yeah, okay, it's all making sense. It's very similar to other events that have happened, so I find it cool. I don't know what color of Sealy I'm gonna go for this time, but very unique. I like it. But yeah, no. I know that Nilou is gonna be an HP attacker, and some people are already saying that they're gonna run her as a sub DPS or just a supporting DPS character, due to the fact that just being in her party with a Dendro character just makes her have a flat out increased elemental mastery. I don't know if it's the entire team or if it's just her and Dendro character, but either way, it's like, that's fair. That's kind of cool. I mean, I'm going to try to main DPS her. I try to main DPS most of the characters I play. I feel like that always sort of happens for me. I'm like, hey, I'm going to main DPS this character. And then I find out they're actually a support character. And it's like, that's a bit rough. In this case, I think that she will have the ability to main DPS. For sure. I had no stamina there. Ugh. But yeah, I think Nilou will have the ability to main DPS. I just don't think many people are going to run her that way. Because she's like Elon. She's an HP scaling main DPS, which is very awkward to build. It's easy to build, like getting artifacts for, but they're very awkward to build. If you want to build them straight up like DPS, it's like, as your main DPS is kind of hard, you know? If they add more Dendro characters into the game, she might get a bit better. I think that she definitely has potential to be a main DPS. I know that a lot of people probably won't agree with me in that sentiment, but it's mainly just due to the fact that most of her DPS is very reliant on a Dendro character.
What a pleasant surprise.
Which isn't a factor that you really want to deal with if you're, you know, main DPSing a character. You don't want to have to rely on another character to even be able to do decent damage, which is fair. Yeah, no, I'll say that that's fair, but like, I really like Nilou's character. I think she's one of the funner characters in this game, and her voice actor is really good. Which, I don't know, I feel like a lot of my character decisions really comes down to, hey, do I like your story is my number one thing. And Nilou, I like her story. Second thing is, do I like your design? I like her design. And then the third one's, is your voice annoying? I don't know. Maybe I prioritize that way too much. I don't like playing Ayaka just because I hate how annoying her voice sounds. I don't know why it irritated me so much over the years, but like over the year or like half a year that I've owned her, she just irritates the heck out of me. Not like the voice actor did a bad job or anything. She did a pretty good job. I have no critiques towards the voice actor. It's just just one of those scenarios where I'm just like left wondering, why am I so irritated by her voice actor? I don't exactly know, but yeah, she's gonna be a character who's very reliant on the whole Dendro sub DPS, so I might have to build my Kali more. which is fine. I like Kali. I think Kali is one of the better characters in the game. Even if they add more Dendro sub DPS, I don't think, you know, I kind of find that Kali's gonna be one of the better ones. Tenori's better for main DPSing, but like Kali is better for sub DPSing in my opinion. I know that might come off as slander against, you know, Tenori, and I do not mean it as such. I think Tenori is pretty good, but as a sub DPS, I don't know. He very much is main DPS vibes. And I think that's a large part of that is because he's very similar to Ganyu. I would argue that he's just like a Dendro better version of Ganyu. Can you leave me alone, good sir? I don't want anything to do with you. I want to go back to, where's the second one? But yeah, no, I know that I have very polarizing opinions on my character's likes and dislikes, you know. But I don't mean to trash on any character. I think most characters in this game are very viable. I don't think that there's a single character who falls out of viability as like a main DPS other than like Amber. And even then, people are gonna try, right? Like, when you like a character that much, you're gonna try no matter what to get her to be good or get them to be good. You know, like, you're gonna try. If you really like Amber that much, you're gonna make her your main DPS, even though everyone in the world is like, why are you main DPSing Amber? Only you know, right? Like, I for the longest time tried to main DPS Rosaria. I would not recommend it. That's what I'll say. I'll not recommend main damaging Rosaria, but if you want to, it is something in your capability. You're able to do it. Take that as your glowing review. Yeah. I mean DPS Rosaria up until the point where I was world level like 50 something. Yeah. I mean, I am currently like, I'm trying to use Fischl as my driver of my team. Driver being like main DPS that you left click with. I understand that this Raiden in my team does like astronomically more damage, but hear me out, her left click doesn't. So I switched to Fischl for the left clicks, and then I switched to everyone else for, you know, abilities that do damage. Not like odds is bad damage wise. Odds is pretty good. For like one of the sub deployable DPS things, odds I'd argue is one of the better one. I don't know. I just find odds to be pretty good. I find Fischl to be really good. I remember when I mained her at the start of the game when the game came out. I was like, oh, this character looks cool. Now I just really like her, but I understand that my DPSing tendencies of playing sub DPS as my main damage is not very,
Gotcha.
Yes, I have never 36 starred the Abyss. What told you? You know, like energy, where I'm like, I don't really play this game to
Take it easy.
to reach the highest levels of damage. If I wanted to, I'm sure I could. I have an Ayaka. Just run my Ayaka, right? My Ayaka is insane. I actually have a really well-built Ayaka that I refuse to use just because she irritates me. And I know that a lot of people are very, like, if they saw the Ayaka that I have in my background, like, I have like a 2,100 attack, like 150 crit rate, you know, almost 60 crit, or not crit rate, crit damage, like almost a 60% crit rate. Like, I have a good Ayaka. I just refuse to use her. I also have Shinha, so they make a pretty good duo. I can shred almost any boss in a matter of seconds, and yet I'm over here playing official comp. Yeah, I know how it looks. But, you know, I've always been a proponent of don't play what, you know, other people find as the meta. Play what you enjoy playing, right? Except for when you're playing a competitive game, in which obviously play meta in competitive games. Especially if they're cooperative competitive games. Go ahead, play meta. Even though I'm always the person who never plays meta because I just find I don't know. What is it about playing meta in video games that I'm just so like, I don't know. I'm just the type of person where I'm just like, I never play the meta. I always play like, and even when I play meta, it's like, you know, oh yeah, I play Raiden Shogun as a sub DPS every once in a while. I've never once built, what's her face? Zhongling, even though if anyone ever asked me, hey, what character should I build? I always tell them, build Zhongling, because she's one of the best characters in the game, hands down. But like, I'm over here like, you can go do that. I'm gonna continue to main DPS Fischl. Even in Paladins, you know I don't record enough Paladins content for people to get a real good grasp of what I do in Paladins. But I main DPS Saudi, obviously. I'm typically not a DPS main though. I used to main Io for the longest time, which is why I was so distraught when reading those patch notes. But yeah, no, I'm definitely, you know, I play good characters. I like playing good characters, but I don't stress about playing the best of the good character, right? That's what I get my fun out of, is playing characters that I enjoy playing. Whether or not the style is like top ranked or whatever.
Wind, hear me.
I know. It's such controversial opinions. I don't know. Some people would probably find my takes quite neutral, and some would find my takes absolutely blasphemous. You're telling me you don't play Ayaka when you have a, you know, I think I even have like a C1 Ayaka. Like, I have a really good Ayaka.
There is no escape.
I cannot understate how good my Ayaka is, even though I refuse to use her. At this point, I just do it to rub it in the face of any Ayaka mains out there. You know. Sure, you play Ayaka, but do you need to play Ayaka? Like, come on. I understand that people play Ayaka because they like Ayaka. I don't dislike Ayaka. I just dislike the voice. Do I want the blue? Which one of these do I want? This, I don't like this color green typically. I already have the Rosa. I like the light blue one, but that's kind of basic. I could go for Viola just because it's purple. I mean, it would go well with my Fischl. So I guess I might do that. I don't know. Today's video is just a bit more chill. I have plans to do Tanari's world quest or story quest next week. I know I'm just being super chill today because I just wanna talk. I wanna play a video game. I don't necessarily. I had this event and I'm like I gotta do the event eventually, right? Like, can't keep slacking on this event. It's way above me. Okay. But I can't keep slacking on this event, but I also can't, like, you know, I know that most people won't watch the event content because it's just me doing the event that they could also partake in if they're a high enough AR. I kind of want to, like, I want to make sure that I record every event. I want an archive of them all, you know? That's sort of like, that's what I want to do. I want to make sure I archive every single event, and that way people get a concept of, you know, later on they can go, hey, what was this event? And then they get to see, you know, some YouTuber record the events, even though no one else really will. I know that some people probably record these events, but I want them permanently recorded, affixed to my channel, even if my earlier content, and even, I'm sure a year down the line, I'm going to think that my current content is kind of underperforming and a bit off par of what I like. Even now, I'm sure that my content isn't exactly how I want it to be.
Quietly now.
You know, it's one of those, I want to improve.
Shine down.
So, improving takes time. And when you actually put the time in and you notice that you have improved, you go back and watch your previous stuff and you're like, this is horrendous. How did anyone watch this like ever? Which is a good question most of the time.
Cry out my illustrious name.
I still have to figure out the whole editing thing, you know? Like, editing's so interesting because there's like a million ways you can do edits and edit your videos, but it's like, how do you both add your own unique flavor to editing while also, you know, you gotta keep the video fresh and unique without killing the vibe. Don't mind me, good sir. I'm just gonna step on you real quick. Not like you're a willing participant. I don't know, some people would be. But yeah, no. It's definitely been fun recording videos and stuff. I want to do it more. It's just, it takes a lot of time, effort, energy, all that fun stuff that, you know, people don't have as much of. I especially don't have that much time and energy. Jeez. But it's fun, definitely, when I make the time for it. It's like, I remember every time I like turn on one of these recordings how much I just genuinely enjoy doing it. And that's nice. It's nice having one of those things that you can just enjoy doing. But yeah, it's definitely been fun. I think that this event so far has been pretty alright. I have no glaring remarks against it. It is a bit more of the same, but like,
Destiny has brought me hither.
sometimes that's okay. Sometimes I just want to play the game, you know? Like, and Genshin's one of those games where it's like, events are like one of the few ways that gets me, at least, because they have one of the best rewards. I need to make time to record all the world quest and story quest. Meanwhile, an event I can just turn a camera on and start recording. And boom. Third one's up over there. That shouldn't be too hard to get. Gotta say that these are the most brilliant game design things. The little grapple points, I love them. I think that they were a smart addition to this game. I'm glad they added them. Like, Simura's take on them is way better than Inazuma's. I mean, Inazuma's was good, right? Like, for a new mechanic, it was good. This one's obviously an improvement on that previous design, and I love to see when a game dev takes previous ideas and things like that and, you know, comes up with something new from previous ideas. It's cool to see, you know? And that's this entire dig spot done. Where's the next location? Believe it or not, I might... I've been thinking about which Celia I'm gonna grab. And honestly, I might get the green one. The green one's kind of growing on me. I'll be honest. I kind of, you know, I started at the beginning bashing it, and I'm like, oh, the green one's kind of nice. I don't know. That's very much me. I don't know. I'm the type of person where I insult things that I end up liking later on. It's a very weird dynamic I have. Okay, I got enough for the shovel. Go run over, grab this. Yeah, you're an Aranara. I'll make sure to do the Aranara World quest in a recording because that to what I've heard, that's a pretty cool one. You know, that one's pretty nice. But where are they? Oh. This is not the fighting one. This is the run in a circling. Go grab all the orb one. I mean, I like the fighting for the orbs just because I really like this game's combat. I think I might give Tower of Fantasy another go sometime soon in the far future. I don't know. I said that it might just be a one-off thing on my channel just because there's a lot of comparisons that you can make between it and Genshin, and I get that, but like, I don't like one, you know, I like Genshin. And I don't want to compare it to Genshin, in truth. I just want I want it to be its own thing in my mind, and I liked some aspects of that game, but it also, you know, I didn't give it enough time or energy to really sink my teeth in before I gave up on it. And I think in truth that leads to a lot of the reasons why I even gave up on Genshin originally, because I was like, this game really gonna be that good? I end up loving this game later on, you know, post Inazuma. This game has been amazing in my eyes. I know that not everyone agrees with that take. You know, I know that there are some people out there who actually don't like the newer content. Not faulting their opinion, but
Cry out my illustrious name.
I can understand if it gets a little bit stale after a while. Especially if you've been playing this every day for a year. Ugh. That sounds a bit hard on a lot of people. But for me, it's, I don't know. I've just been loving this game. I don't think I've gotten tired of it. I've had my moments where I've gone through burnout of Genshin. That happens all the time. But then I just do other things, right? Like, and then I'm back in a couple weeks. I'm always back. I'm immediately either recording more Genshin, playing more Genshin. It's typically on the downswing of the second half is when I typically hit my burnout point. I don't think that's going to happen this time because it happened during the upswing of this update patch. So this one might take a bit more before I get burnt out, and Nilu's coming out real soon. So I've had something to be excited for, which is usually what makes it harder for other people to, you know, that's usually what makes it harder to get burnt out. If you have something to look forward to is the biggest thing. I know that this is like a withering thing, and this tower is currently withered. Like, is this a withering zone? Is that the problem? I don't see a withering zone. Maybe there's just one really nearby and it's making the tower unusable. But yeah, no, if you look through the lenses, they allow you to see withering zones, which are pretty useful because otherwise it'd be kind of annoying and hard to like find them. So I see you. I'm gonna ignore you. If anyone's curious why I'm ignoring it, I know the interactive map has updated, but I haven't started using the interactive map, and I refuse to pick them up because I'll immediately forget where they are if I, you know, if I don't use the interactive map. I don't want to go through those nightmares of looking for those sorts of things again. It happens so many times where I'm like, I'm looking, and then it ends up being in one of the spots that I checked very early on that I was like, I'm sure I got this one, and then it ends up that I didn't get that one, and I was confusing it with something else that I had grabbed there, and so I've just outright refused to grab any Dendrooculuses other than the one that I picked up during that other event.
Cry out, my illustrious.
But, you know, I don't recommend. I find it's probably fun to just not care and pick them up when you go, you know, when you just do it. But in my opinion, it's just way too hard for me. I don't like it. I know that there are a lot of people out there who probably do, and I encourage them to play how they want to. It's just, it just stresses me out so much. I want to have a maxed out tower. Like, why wouldn't you want a maxed out tower? It's so nice to have a maxed out tower, but in this case, it only gives you, like, I think upgrades for the Dendro Traveler and some few and far between, like, keys and stuff. Keys and stuff, definitely nice, but, like, Dendro Traveler's good, but you know who's better than Dendro Traveler? Kali. I don't know if it was just a bad interpretation of Dory, but Dory's out, if you don't know. She's on Ganyu's and who's it? Ganyu's and Kokomi's banner. And if you roll for her, good on you. Wish you luck. She's a Electro support character, which is one of the archetypes I've always asked for. I haven't gotten either because both times I've been saving for water DPS characters. Really, both times. Like, it feels like they added Electro damage the patch before they added a water character I want. It happens every time. But Electro support character, that is. But yeah, Dory. I've played her. She felt like just trash to me. I don't know why. Maybe they just built her really poorly in the trial or something, but she just didn't feel like she had any form of DPS. Like, so I'm honestly curious. Is she good? Has anyone gotten her? Has anyone built her yet? Like, is she good? If she is, like, let me know. Like, cause, wow, she felt so bad in the trial. Maybe they just built her absolutely horribly. But she had, like, no DPS. I mean, maybe her healing's good. Maybe that's what they built her for. But she had bad stats, no DPS. Maybe she's just a low DPS, high healing, you know, character. Which is going to be a hard sell for me to use because, you know, Jean literally exists and she's, you know, you want someone who buffs your attack, use Jean. You want someone who deals decent damage as a support character, use Jean. You want someone who has good healing, use Jean. Like, it's kind of hard for me to go, yeah, I want you to forgo all of that to use a character who's Electro. I mean, sure. For granted, Animo isn't nearly as useful in some scenarios. Like in the case of a Dendro team. Dendro Electro, way better than Dendro Animo. Because I'm pretty sure those don't do anything. There's no Dendro Swirl. Which makes some sense, because it's kind of hard to swirl grass. But you know, it is what it is. I mean, Grass Tornado. Introducing my new band name. Grass Tornado. Dude, that's such a bad band name. I love these mushroom boars, by the way. They're absolutely splendid. But yeah, no, I just tried her out and I'm just like, dude, her damage isn't there. Her healing might be good, but I wouldn't know because it's kind of hard to test healing in a trial. Like, I don't know. Kokomi's damage is better. And I'm like, I mean, sure, she's a catalyst versus a claymore. And claymores, my opinion of claymore DPS has it out of every weapon in the game that I feel like has low DPS. Like, if I had to rate every weapon in the game, not including the characters, just the weapons themselves, claymores would be like bottom of the barrel. I honestly think claymore is like the worst
Here comes the catch.
damaging base weapon in the game. I don't know why. Like, I'd rather have a bow than a claymore.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
I don't... Like, sure, there are some good claymore characters, like how bows, you know, have some really good characters. And the opposite is also true. It's just the damage of claymore characters just feels so weird comparatively to like the damage of, you know, swords. You know, sword DPS.
Insubordination.
I feel like it's pretty easy to get the gist of how a sword DPS is going to be damage-wise. And that's funny because they're both swords. It's like, I'd rather have a short sword than a great sword? What? That makes little to no sense. But yeah, no, it's how I feel. It's like, that's kind of weird. I'm very curious on why claymores feel so weak to me. Like, I don't think they have a decent base attack too, I think. Maybe it's just the left click combos just really bad damage wise. And that's why I feel the way I feel. I don't know. But like archers also feel that way. And yet I feel like archer DPS is actually pretty, you know, okay. I don't know. Maybe I just feel like a lot of the DPS of base weapons is kind of meh. Except for some polearms. Some polearms are like absolutely insane. If you run a physical damage polearm, it's like that's some good damage. I know that some people run physical damage archers, and I'm like, just no. Just no. No. Physical damage archers just sounds like absolute pain.
Going a little too smoothly today.
Okay, area 6, the final area. It's sad that I already know the map so well. I only struggled on the first one at a first glimpse because I'm not used to the top part of Sumeru yet. But like the lower parts, I'm like, yeah, I know exactly where that is. I know exactly where that is. Like I haven't had a hard time pinpointing exactly where these treasure spots are. And I feel like Sumeru has only been out for like a week, 2 tops. Like, wow. I'm honestly surprised at how well my recollection of the map is. Kind of losing my voice. I don't know. Maybe because I've been talking so much for so long. Ugh. Going on my monologues. I mean, it happens from time to time. I lose my voice. But I don't know why. I do. I mean, I have been talking for like half an hour straight, but like, you're telling me that this is my limit? This is my human capacity? Really? I can only talk for half an hour straight and then my voice gets a little coarse? Pathetic. This is why humans are so weak. I don't actually think that way. I don't know. I just think my voice gets a little shot when I talk for so long. perhaps I should take my pacing and, you know, not talk so fast.
No escape.
Maybe
By
take my
royalty,
time
swear by my
speaking.
sword.
Make sure that I don't stutter 18 times while trying to say something. That was some lag. Like the lag my brain has when I think of conversation topics.
Gotcha.
Anyway. I mean, it's not a big deal. A little stutter never killed anyone. Unless it has, in which my
What a
condolences.
pleasant surprise.
It is nice that they're giving me a bunch of talent books, because I kind of have to grind these out for Nilu, and I've been really like... I've been really, really bad about doing so. I don't know. I don't know. I've just been like really bad. I haven't spent the time and effort. I'm still trying to... I'm doing Tenolith, as I call it. Tenacity of the Millilith. I'm trying to grind that out since I know she's going to be this big HP character who benefits from a ton of HP. Like, all of her stats are like super HP focused. And I think she's the only... other character other than Zhongli who feels that way. By the way, like, she has more HP than Zhongli, which I think shocks people. She has a higher base HP while also having the substat, so just no artifacts. She has more HP than Zhongli does, which is like, really? Just because she has 15, she has the 15k, which is like, that's a good base HP. 15k is like the max that Fischl can ever get, ever. Which is hilarious, because like it's what Nilu has base, minus her like substat, which by the time, like, you're never gonna have less than 15k on Nilu. Which is hilarious to me. I don't know. It's just funny because like, why have the substat and the base HP be so like, they're not that different. So like, even no artifacts like at all, she has like a base HP pool of like 22,000 or something like that. Maybe it's closer to like 17,000. But either way, it's like 17k. That is what my Fischl's HP is at with like pretty good artifacts on. And you're gonna tell me your Nilu hits that without any artifacts. She's gonna be able to face tank things really well. Yeah, no. She's got the 15k base mixed with a tiny additional 22 or 28.8 scaling. That's her substat. And then she also gets the... What actually is it? Like, what's the artifact? What's the flower? 4,000 additional base HP. 4,000. Just add another 5,000. She has 20,000 base practically. Fischl, your HP is so low. Fischl's HP just lowest in the game. But yeah, no. She gets practically 20,000 base HP. Okay, you know, 20,000 base HP with 22 scaling. That's like, or 28 scaling. That's like a third of 20. Which is 6.
Oh, the sun's
6,000 base.
This meteor
That's without any of the like cool substats you have on your artifacts and stuff. That's just base kit. If you just equip a flower with no HP modifiers, she would have like 20 something thousand HP. She had 26,000 HP. pretty, something. That's for sure. I honestly can't say if that's gonna be good or not. Like, you're gonna easily be able to get her up to the 15k. I know that one of her constellations,
Busted.
I think it's one of her constellations, that or it's one of her talents, buffs her based on the amount of HP she
No
has.
rest for the wicked.
I know all this is also speculation based on leaks and stuff, and yeah, whatever, you know. She's coming out next patch in like 18 days. I feel like most of this is pretty accurate, but it's like every HP she has above 30k, for every 1,000 she has afterwards, she gets bonus crit rate and bonus crit damage, which is just... She's gonna have some high DPS potential, while also being, you know, having some pretty low DPS potential in the same, right? It's gonna be cool to see people build her really well, in my opinion. I know that some people aren't gonna care for her because she's HP scaling, and I know people. Hey, am I gonna get anything? No, it's a blue. Enjoy your raven bow. And I don't think I got it. Yeah, I have 25 shards. I'm like, I don't think I got enough. But yeah, no, you guys can see how many sheer amount of wishes I've been saving up just for Nilou here. A nice solid 96, and that's not even counting the amount of pity I have, which I'm pretty sure is like 34, 35, something like that. It's insane. All in all, I got some pretty high pity for her. I don't have confirmed though, so it's gonna be a bit of a risk. You know, it's all gonna depend on the luck of the draw. That's if I don't get enough other things. Oh, I can now buy it, so I'm gonna buy the green one. And everyone's gonna be like, wow. Or I know Addie's gonna be like, wow, you bought the green one? It's very unlike you, but yep, I bought the green one. It grew on me. I don't know what else to say, you know. I hated it at first, and now I have the green one. I gotta admit, I like the color, okay? I think green's okay. I have a bit of a stigma against it and a hatred for it because everyone wants me to be the color green. I don't know why. And when I say that, people are probably very confused, but I've just always been associated with the color green. I don't know. It's kind of weird. Okay, so yeah, no, I did everything. There's nothing really special about this event. It's very much just play the game, loot some chests, get some primos. Pretty nice. I liked it. You know, I liked it. I'll admit it. I liked the event. It's 6 times 30, which is 180. 180 plus the 240 in the store. So, you know, it's pretty good primos. Overall, I think it's 330 or 320. 330. Wow. Yeah, no, it's 320 primos, which is about several quests worth. So I think it's definitely worth it to do the quest if you have the time. But overall, I enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. If you did, you know what to do. But I'm just going to call it here. I had a great time. Hope you guys did as well. But yeah, no. Gonna see you guys later. Love ya. And goodbye.